then we find him first, but we don't realize that it's his little brother, but like we help him get to the city. And then when Childe sees him, he's like, "What the f are you doing here?" It's really cute because his little brother really wants to hang out with him. Because he hasn't seen him in a long time, but he doesn't know that Childe is part of the military. He thinks that he's like this toy seller, because that's what Childe told him he does. Like, rather than kill people, he tells him that he actually sells toys. And so his brother doesn't know the truth, and Childe asks us to also play along and not tell his brother the truth.
Oh.
And so he pays us to babysit him for a bit, but even though we try to do that, his little brother keeps running away from us to go look for Childe. And it puts Childe in a lot of funny situations because he's trying to do his job, but then his little brother shows up and he has to pretend that he's not part of the military, and it kind of like humiliates him in front of, you know, the other co-workers, like it's really fucking cute. Yeah, it's really fucking cute.
Military?
Yeah. He starts like he was supposed to give like this speech to his men about, you know, the queen and, you know, fighting for her sakes, but he starts talking about toys instead. Because he sees his little brother watching him.
That's funny.
Fucking love it. And toward the end, this is where, like, when I was doing this, I didn't like Childe yet, but toward the end, he finally agrees to hang out with his little brother, and we go to actually a pretty dangerous area where it has all those robots. The spinny ones. The ones that shoot rockets and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we end up going in a factory that has a bunch of those in there, and Tusa runs off without us, and he locks up himself, you know, away from us, and you get to see how worried Childe is, because he's like, nothing better happened to him. And then he tells, because his little brother doesn't understand how dangerous these machines are, because of like all the lies that Childe told them about them in the past. But they're actually like really cool robot fighting monsters.
Toys, basically.
Yeah, they were like toys, and so his little brother doesn't know that they're actually gonna fucking kill him. And you just see him overworking himself to keep maintaining this lie for his little brother.
That sounds fun. So
and
it just begins
toward the end. Yeah, toward the end, when there's like too many monster robots, he tells his brother that they're gonna play hide and seek so that he would close his eyes, and he ends up transforming into that monster form he has in the boss fight, and he destroys all of them all at once.
Awesome.
And then Tusa finishes counting for the hide and seek, and he starts trying to look for Childe, and Childe is nowhere to be seen. We end up finding him first, and he tells us that, you know, don't tell his brother that he's over here, because he's like exhausted after using all his powers. And yeah, we ask him why does he keep lying, you know, to his little brother about everything. Why doesn't he just tell him the truth? And he basically says that, you know, little kids should have the opportunity to have childhood dreams, and he thinks it's like little kids are gonna find out the truth eventually anyways, so like allow them to have some fun while they're kids, you know. And you kind of get a feeling that the reason why he feels this way is because his own childhood was robbed from him at a young age. If you do read into his backstory, he fell into the abyss as a kid, and he ended up having to fight a bunch of monsters and being trained as a warrior by Skirk when he was just 14 years old. And then when he got out of there, he was recruited into the military as a 14-year-old kid as well. So he was always surrounded by adults with a lot of violence and fighting. And so I really think that the way that he tries to protect his little brother is kind of like a way of him almost
Unexpected, but welcome.
Protecting his
wanting-
smaller self,
yeah, like his smaller self, and so
younger self.
yeah, it was after that I did his story quest. I basically fell in love with this character, and I was just like, you know what? I really like him. I can relate, you know, wanting to protect my little siblings and end up doing a lot of stuff that like sometimes gets me hurt. But I even tried to do that with my older siblings too. Yeah, I mean, it's all we got is each other. Especially when we were isolated from everyone else. I found a rock thing over here. I want to see what
I haven't seen my older sister in like a year or more after she moved with my mom to like Spokane, Washington. It's been forever.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to see my sister in a long time either. Mostly because I don't want to anymore.
Uh-oh.
There's a chest over here, by the way.
Oh, I'm down here. Over there?
Yeah, unless you found something over there.
I was gonna ask, how do I activate the... I forgot how to see the menu for all the characters again. Like their stories.
Oh, you
Objects like
You
this
go
may prove
to the
useful when
profile
purging evil spirits.
tab, and it says story at the bottom right.
Not, escape.
I take my
Yeah,
milk
press
cones,
on
quiet the
character.
spirit, and calm my vital energies.
Characters.
Genshin infused water with ice
And
is
then
the
there's
most effective.
a profile tab at the very bottom. And it says story.
You just read it?
Yep.
I thought it was a quest.
Oh, you meant the quests. Okay, so this one also has additional information if you wanted to read more about them. But if you want to go to the story quest, you go, you press L, I believe. Press L. No, not L. Press J. Press J. And it says quest overview on the bottom left.
Exorcism
Okay,
uses
so-
thaumaturgy and martial arts
I
to
see.
conquer
By
evil.
which I mean, there's
There are
nothing to
other
kill.
means to the same end, but
Yep.
they are not the true way.
Yeah. There's a couple that are very important for you to do because they actually unlock boss fights that you need materials for. But that's gonna be all the Archon quests. Well, not all the ones that are Archons, you should do those. Like those are necessary because they're gonna unlock boss fights. So like Nahida has a boss fight in hers.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers
Raiden
are up
Shogun
to.
has one.
Plotting and scheming
And
at an ever
also
grander scale, no
Zhongli.
doubt.
Venti doesn't have one though. A lot of people are waiting for that one, but yeah. I
Heart
think
be pure,
there's a few
evil
other
be
characters,
erased,
but I don't remember
mind
who
be
at the
purged.
moment.
world be... I always forget that last part.
Skirk's quest is really fucking good.
Scark?
Yeah. There's not a lot of them that are my favorites. I like Childe's, obviously.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death.
I like Eula's. I like Tainari's is good as well. Nahida. I'll hate them's fine. A lot of people like Dea's quest. I wasn't really that into it though. Durin's quest is really good. Sino is meh. Unfortunately. They didn't really explore much about his character.
Sino. It's telling telling me down here somewhere.
Maybe it's inside there.
I ride on wind and
Nope.
cloud alike.
Nope. It's right over here.
Unexpected,
Never mind.
but welcome.
But I'll take all these masts.
Another thing is that the English translation for Childe made him sound a lot more crazy. Because in the other versions, he's a lot more like shonen protagonist almost. You know, like he looks for battle in order to become stronger. So it's not like he wants to kill people. He just wants stronger opponents so that he can grow stronger as a person himself.
He wants to level up.
Yeah, he wants to level up, but the way that the English translation makes him sound like is that he's like, ooh, I want to murder people, and it's like, no.
It does, yeah.
And like, no. He's more of like, hey, I like when people are stronger than me because that makes me push my limits, and
It was worth the
I
trouble.
get to grow stronger too. And I think he's obsessed with that because his teacher told him that she's not going to see him again until he grows stronger. So I think that's part of the reason he's obsessed with it, because he really wants to see her again. She had like a huge impact on his life, and so he feels like if she still hasn't, you know, showed herself to him, that means he's still not strong enough. And so that's why he's kind of obsessed with leveling up all the time. But yeah.
Is there a Skirk
Unexpected,
story
but welcome.
plot?
Yes, there is
Show.
a Skirk quest, story quest. It's really good. It kind of covers her trauma. I didn't know if I'd like her at first because she was like really cold and treating Childe like he's a
Exorcism
nothing.
uses thaumaturgy and
You'll see like a
martial
lot of
arts to conquer
memes of
evil.
her just throwing him
There
through
are
a
other
portal and
means to the
shit.
same end, but they are not the true way.
And I didn't know what to think of that at first. It kind of made me upset. And I'm like, why is she like that? But she's actually very emotionally reserved because of some trauma she went through. And I related to some of the stuff she talked about, so she's one of my favorite characters now, so I like her too. And it's very similar to Childe as well, because she had a lot of big dreams as a kid that was robbed away from her, and she was forced to grow up really early. So I think that's probably why she has a bit of a soft spot Childe as well, because they had a similar situation that way.
Her story's locked for me.
Yep.
Heart
You
be
gotta
pure,
wait to do
evil
it.
be erased.
To continue.
Mind
Because you
be
haven't
purged,
met her yet. She's in
world be,
Fontaine. She shows up toward the end, so
I always forget
you're
that last
almost
part.
there.
Oh. How come Varka's locked?
He's appears in Not Cry
Oh, okay.
time.
Mavuika. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. Mavuka? Mavuika?
Yeah, that's right.
Mavuka?
Mavuika.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial
Blind?
arts to conquer evil.
Saw a funny
There are other means to the same
bit
end,
where
but they are
Childe was
not
in
the true way.
Fontaine during the court session of like I forgot the characters already. Linny?
Nicolette?
Yeah, Linny
Oh.
and Lynette were being on, or Linny was on trial, and for a second, like, Childe has to show up, and he mentioned something about fighting chlorined, or wanting to.
Yeah, that's canon.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies.
He gets put on trial
Genshin infused
for
water
a
with
false
ice is the most
accusation,
effective.
and he's like, fine by me. You guys have like that whole fighting thing, right? Where I can
Combat.
prove my honor. He's like, I really want to fight her, so